In the shadowy realm of Asia's drug trade, Tse Chi-lop ascended from humble beginnings to become a $17 billion kingpin, commanding the company. But how did he rise to such power, and what ultimately triggered his dramatic downfall in organized crime? The rise of Tse Chi-lop. Let's dive into the incredible rise of Tse Chi-lop, the man who would become Asia's most notorious drug lord. Born on October 25, 1963 in Guangzhou, China, Tse grew up in an environment steeped in organized crime. After his family relocated to Hong Kong, he became involved with local triads, which would shape his future in the drug trade. In 1988, Tse moved to Canada and quickly made a name for himself within the criminal community. He joined the Big Circle Gang, a notorious triad group operating in Toronto. This affiliation allowed him to build crucial connections and establish himself as a key player in drug trafficking. Tse's ability to negotiate partnerships with established crime families, including the Rizzuto crime family from Montreal, showed his skills as a negotiator and strategist. By the late 1990s, Tse transitioned from heroin trafficking to focusing on synthetic drugs, particularly methamphetamine. His criminal activities caught up with him when he was arrested in 1998 and sentenced to 9 years in a US prison for drug trafficking. After his release, he recognized the growing demand for methamphetamine and pivoted his operations accordingly. The empire of the company. Now let's explore the operations of the company, also known as Sam Gore, the syndicate that Tse Chi-lop built into a multi-billion-dollar empire. By 2011, after relocating to Hong Kong, Tse founded Sam Gore and entered the lucrative synthetic drug market. His organization quickly became a dominant force in Asia's drug trade. What set the company apart? Tse implemented innovative strategies that transformed how drugs were trafficked across borders. One of his most notable innovations was a guaranteed delivery system. If any drugs were seized by authorities, the company would replace them at no cost. The scale of their operations was staggering. Estimates suggest that Sam Gore was responsible for up to 70% of all methamphetamines entering Australia and generated between $8 billion and $17 billion annually from meth sales alone. The syndicate's reach extended across multiple countries, including Japan, New Zealand, and various Southeast Asian nations. Tse's ability to maintain a low profile while living a lavish lifestyle allowed him to evade law enforcement scrutiny for years. Unlike traditional drug lords who flaunt their wealth and power, Tse was known for being intelligent, humble, and diplomatic traits which helped him build an extensive network facilitating drug distribution across Asia. The arrest. Fast forward to January 2021, the moment everything changed for Tse Chi-lop. After years of evading capture, he was finally apprehended during a dramatic operation at Amsterdam's Schiphol airport while on a layover to Canada. This arrest marked the culmination of Operation Kunga, an extensive international manhunt involving over 20 law enforcement agencies worldwide. The significance of this arrest extended beyond just Australia. It represented a major victory for global efforts to combat drug trafficking. Authorities had been tracking Tse for more than a decade, piecing together intelligence on his operations through surveillance and the capture of his associates. His name had become synonymous with organized crime in Asia, often compared to notorious figures like Joaquin El Chapo Guzman due to the scale and impact of his syndicate. Once detained, Tse faced extradition requests from Australian authorities who sought to bring him to trial for his alleged role in orchestrating one of the largest drug trafficking operations in history. His capture sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld and raised questions about the future of the company without its leader at the helm. But what does this mean for the world of organized crime? The arrest disrupted one powerful syndicate and highlighted ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement agencies worldwide in combating sophisticated drug trafficking networks. The impact on drug trade. Now let's analyze how Tse Chi-lop's arrest affected the regional narcotics market. Experts have debated whether his downfall would significantly dent ongoing drug trafficking operations or create a power vacuum that other criminals would quickly fill. On one hand, some analysts argue that Tsai's arrest could disrupt supply chains and lead to increased prices for methamphetamine in Australia and other markets where the company operated. With a significant portion of meth entering Australia attributed to Sam Gore, law enforcement hoped that removing its leader would hinder operations and reduce availability. However, history has shown that when one major player is taken down, others often rise to fill the void. Criminal organizations are resilient, they adapt quickly to changes in leadership and market dynamics. Some experts believe that while there may be short-term disruptions following Tsai's arrest, other syndicates could take over their routes and distribution networks. For example, analysts have pointed out that criminal organizations often have contingency plans for such scenarios. When one leader is removed from power, it creates opportunities for rival gangs or even former associates to seize control, the legacy of a drug lord. Let's reflect on the legacy of Tsai Lop, a name that has become synonymous with organized crime and drug trafficking in Asia. Often referred to as Asia's El Chapo, Tsai's influence on the drug trade is profound and far-reaching. One of his most significant contributions to the drug trade was the implementation of a guaranteed delivery system. This system ensured that if any shipment was intercepted by law enforcement, the company would replace it at no cost, which secured customer loyalty and fueled rapid growth. Tsai's methods have set a new standard for efficiency in the drug trade. His ability to maintain a low profile while orchestrating a vast network allowed him to evade capture for years. This demonstrated that modern drug lords can operate in the shadows without attracting unwanted attention. It raises critical questions for law enforcement agencies worldwide, as they now face a more sophisticated breed of criminal organizations that prioritize stealth over violence. Moreover, Tsai's legacy has inspired aspiring drug lords to adopt similar strategies, focusing on building intricate networks rather than relying solely on brute force. As authorities work to dismantle these syndicates, they must grapple with the reality that Tsai Lop's influence will linger long after his capture, challenging their efforts to combat organized crime effectively. The shadowy world of drug trafficking. Now let's take viewers into the clandestine world of drug trafficking that continues to thrive even after major arrests like Tsai Lop's. The reality is that while his capture was a significant blow to organized crime, it did not eliminate the demand for drugs or the networks that supply them. The drug trade is incredibly resilient. When one player is taken down, others are often ready to fill the void. Experts suggest that new players may be emerging to take over the routes and operations previously controlled by Tsai's syndicate. These individuals are likely to adopt similar tactics, operating in secrecy and leveraging technology to evade law enforcement. The interconnectedness of global drug markets means that even if one major syndicate is dismantled, others will quickly rise to take its place. For example, after major arrests in the past, we have seen rival gangs or former associates step into leadership roles within existing organizations. This trend indicates that while law enforcement may celebrate a victory with each arrest, it might only be a temporary setback for drug trafficking operations. Law enforcement agencies face ongoing challenges as they attempt to combat these sophisticated networks. The rise of digital currencies and encrypted communication has made it easier for traffickers to conduct business without detection. As we delve deeper into this shadowy world, it becomes clear that the fight against drug trafficking is far from over. Authorities must remain vigilant and innovative in their strategies to keep pace with these evolving threats. Law enforcement strategies. Tsai Lop's rise and fall offer valuable lessons for law enforcement agencies worldwide. One key takeaway is the importance of international cooperation in tackling organized crime. Tsai operated across multiple countries, which required law enforcement agencies to collaborate effectively to track him down. This highlights the necessity for countries to share intelligence and resources when combating transnational crime. Another lesson is the need for adaptability in law enforcement strategies. As criminal organizations evolve and employ new tactics, such as digital currencies and encrypted communications, authorities must also adapt their methods. This could involve investing in advanced technology for surveillance, data analysis, and cybercrime units dedicated to monitoring online activities related to drug trafficking. Understanding the business model behind organizations like the company can provide insights into disrupting their operations. By targeting financial networks and supply chains rather than just individual traffickers, law enforcement can strike at the heart of these syndicates. Furthermore, addressing underlying issues such as addiction treatment and socio-economic factors contributing to drug abuse is crucial. A multifaceted approach that combines enforcement with prevention and rehabilitation will be essential in reducing the demand for illicit drugs and dismantling these powerful organizations over time. Training programs focused on improving cultural competency among law enforcement personnel can also enhance cooperation with communities affected by drug trafficking. Building trust between authorities and local populations can lead to more effective intelligence gathering and community support in combating drug-related issues. The future of drug trafficking in Asia. So, what does the future hold for drug trafficking in Asia after the arrest of Tse Chi Lop? Experts speculate that while his capture may create temporary disruptions in supply chains, it is unlikely to lead to a significant decline in overall drug trafficking activities. Instead, we may see emerging trends and potential new leaders stepping into the void left by Tse's downfall. One possibility is an increasing competition among existing syndicates, vying for control over lucrative markets previously dominated by Sam Gore. As rival gangs attempt to assert their influence, we could witness heightened violence and instability within certain regions. Additionally, there is concern about the rise of new synthetic drugs entering the market. As authorities crack down on established substances like methamphetamine, traffickers may pivot toward other synthetic drugs or innovate new formulations that evade existing regulations. The globalization of drug trafficking means that new players from different regions may emerge as significant actors in the market. For example, criminal organizations from Africa or South America could establish connections with Asian traffickers, creating new dynamics within global drug trade networks. As we look ahead at this evolving landscape of drug trafficking in Asia, it becomes clear that while Tse Chi Lop's arrest marks a significant moment in the fight against organized crime, it also underscores ongoing challenges faced by authorities as they navigate an increasingly complex world of illicit drugs. What are your thoughts on the strategies law enforcement should adopt to combat these sophisticated networks? Do you believe that new leaders will emerge in the wake of Tse's downfall? Share your insights in the comments below. If you find this video informative, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more captivating stories from the world of crime and beyond. Thanks for watching.